The research station orbited a dying star, its corridors humming with the quiet efficiency of advanced technology. Elijah had been assigned here 3 months ago as the sole human representative in a joint xenobiological study. His partners were 2 Alvorian sisters, Emma and her younger sibling Lyra, whose species resembled humanoids with luminescent, silver skin that shifted colors with their emotions. The Alvorians were fascinated by humanity, obsessively so. Elijah had noticed their whispered conversations, the way they watched him during meals, how they analyzed his every movement with scientific precision that bordered on unsettling. Tonight, exhausted from calibrating sensor arrays, he'd collapsed onto his bunk earlier than usual. That's when he heard them enter his quarters. He kept his breathing steady, eyes closed to slits. Through his lashes, he watched Emma and Lyra approach, their skin flickering between curious blue and excited pink hues. Is he truly unconscious? Lyra whispered in their melodic language, which Elijah had learned to understand through his neural translator. Emma leaned closer, her face inches from his. Confirmed. His cardiac rhythm indicates deep sleep cycle initiation. What happened next made Elijah's heart race, which he desperately tried to suppress. Emma pulled out a data pad, her fingers dancing across its surface. Begin documentation. Subject, Human Resilience Study, Day 94. The human continues to exceed all projected parameters, Lyra began, circling his bunk like a lecturer. Despite the station's gravitational variance, which causes discomfort to 17 other species, he adapts within hours. Emma nodded, her skin now golden with what Elijah recognized as admiration. His immune system fought off the Xerxian flu in 48 hours. Our medical officer said it should have incapacitated him for weeks. And yet he helped repair the oxygen recyclers while recovering, Lyra added, her voice filled with wonder. Elijah fought the urge to smile. This was their true intention? Scientific admiration? But Emma wasn't finished. She sat on the edge of his bunk, bold move, and continued in a softer tone. There's more than just physical resilience. I've been reviewing his personal logs from Earth. The war stories? Lyra asked. Yes. Before the Alvorian-Human Alliance, he served in the Terraform Corps. His unit was trapped on Kepler 442b during the ice storms. 63 days with minimal supplies. Temperatures that would kill most species in minutes. They lost no one. Not a single person. Lyra's skin shimmered purple with awe. How? They sang, Emma said simply. They told stories. They made each other laugh. Humans don't just survive through biology. They survive through connection, through hope, through sheer stubborn refusal to give up. Elijah's chest tightened. He remembered those days. The cold, the fear. The way Jackson's terrible jokes somehow kept everyone sane. Emma stood and paced, her excitement visible in the rapid color shifts across her skin. Do you understand what this means for the Council's assessment? Every species they've evaluated breaks down psychologically under stress. Humans, they thrive. They bond. They become stronger. The Council fears them, Lyra said quietly. The Council doesn't understand them, Emma corrected. That's why we're here. To show them that humans aren't dangerous because they're aggressive. They're extraordinary because they're compassionate warriors. They fight for each other, not just themselves. Lyra approached the bunk again, and Elijah prepared for whatever examination was coming. Instead, she gently adjusted his blanket, which had slipped during his sleep. He works himself to exhaustion helping everyone on this station, she observed. Yesterday, he spent 6 hours helping me recalibrate the spectral analyzer. It wasn't even his responsibility. Emma smiled, her skin warming to a soft amber. That's what I'm documenting. The Council needs to see this. Humans should be leading the Alliance, not sitting on the sidelines as junior members. You truly believe the Council will listen? Lyra asked. With our data, they'll have no choice. Emma's skin flared bright gold, determination. Humans are the key to surviving the Void Rift crisis. Their adaptability, their innovative thinking, their refusal to accept defeat. We need these qualities if we're going to face what's coming. The sisters were quiet for a moment. Then Lyra said something that made Elijah's carefully controlled breathing nearly falter. You care for him, beyond scientific interest. Emma's skin cycled rapidly through several colors before settling on deep crimson, the Alvorian equivalent of blushing. That's not relevant to our research. Sister, your chromatic response indicates otherwise. Fine. Yes. Emma's voice dropped to barely a whisper. He's brilliant and kind and impossibly brave. He doesn't see himself the way others see him. How could I not? Does he know? Of course not. Cross-species emotional entanglement protocols are complex, and I won't jeopardize our mission or make him uncomfortable. Lyra's skin shimmered with amusement. I think he'd be receptive. I've observed his pupil dilation when you enter a room, his unconscious orientation toward you during. Stop analyzing my potential romantic prospects with your xenobiology training. Emma hissed, but she was smiling. Elijah's mind raced. Emma had feelings for him? The brilliant, beautiful alien scientist who could probably have her pick of suitors across a dozen worlds? We should go, Emma said, composing herself. Tomorrow's neural mapping session requires preparation. And you need to process your emotions? Lyra, I swear by the eternal star. Their bickering faded as they left his quarters, the door sealing shut behind them. Elijah lay still for several more minutes, his mind whirling. They were advocating for humanity at the highest levels. They saw worth in a species that even he sometimes doubted. And Emma? He sat up, running his hands through his hair. Tomorrow's mapping session was going to be interesting. He couldn't let on that he'd been awake. But maybe, just maybe, he could start showing Emma that her feelings weren't unwelcome. Humans weren't just survivors and warriors, after all. They were also romantics who believed in taking chances. A smile crossed his face as he lay back down. The Alvorian sisters wanted to see true human intentions. Tomorrow he'd show Emma something even their advanced sensors couldn't predict. The courage it took for a human to open their heart across the stars. Some risks, he thought as sleep finally claimed him, were worth taking. That was human nature too.